Alright, it looks like we are live. Let me just double check. Loading. Awesome. There we go. Wow, no ad this time. It's just me. That's awesome. Well, the rest of the page isn't really loading. Ooh. That's not good. Internet problems? No. We've got it. Love that. Alright. Welcome in. It is another fantastic Sunday. We're playing some GeoGuessr. And I have a new microphone. So hopefully the audio quality will be better this week and going forward. So with that, let's kick this off. This is looking... You know what? I haven't seen enough to say anything yet. I'll end up saying something stupid. Yeah, this is not exactly where I was not thinking Europe off the bat. So, glad I didn't say anything. Definitely feeling Mediterranean. I would say Albania, but the plates don't match. Except that one back there, I think, did. No, it's just a little splotch of red. That's not actually anything helpful. So let's keep moving. We've got... that would be sort of like... That would make no sense if it weren't. So let's try to... Nope, van isn't helpful. I'm pretty sure that's a Juventus shirt, which is Italy, and this is not Italy. This is Bozilla, maybe. What does it say here on the building? Zedra. Nah. Nothing helpful here. So let's keep on moving. Sleem saying hey. Hello, Sleems. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hope your event yesterday went well. What is that on this car? I don't think that's anything of note. Let's keep moving. So, Cyrillic... That's kind of all we have. Ooh. North Macedonia. And that's close to Albania, which is what I thought it was, just off the vibes. So I'm totally game with that. More North Macedonian flags. I think we're good with more North Macedonia here. Sleem's saying send. Sleem's also saying it was a great event last night, and oh, it's been a Sunday. How's it been a Sunday for you? Because kind of same, just like tried to do so many things and then was not as productive as I would have ideally been. But it happens. Oh, here we go. Cars Swaziland at yahoo.com. We're in Eswatini. It's just that easy sometimes. One-stop computers. Oh, you're editing an audiobook. Dude, that sounds like a nightmare. Like, editing the videos is such a tedious process for me, but at least it's like, oh, cool, you know, kind of visual stimulation. Audiobook sounds like just another layer of horror. Because you can't see it. You literally have to listen to each clip over and over again, and you can kind of go off the visualization of the wavelengths, but it's still not the easiest thing. Very, very draining. I'm going to go for Eswatini here. Yep. Boom. Yeah, seems I would imagine it's not exactly fun. Yeah, the figuring out how to fix the random issues is fun. Like I don't know, I like kind of, that's what I was doing before this. I was doing a little bit of light editing for the Montreal video, and I ran into, it was like my system ran out of storage, but I had 90 gigs of system data taking up space on my hard drive. So I was like, okay, well, how do I deal with that? And it's, you just put on some music and try to grind and figure out how to do all that. But then, for the next time, it's kind of like a fun side quest in the overall thing. So I know what you mean. But yeah, Slimson, hope the trip was good. Missed last stream. Yeah, trip was awesome. It was interesting. I'm already racking my brain for what the next big one is, and I think I know what it is. I just gotta, I'll probably book in like a month or so, once the credit card billing cycle for this one ends. Sammy Marco saying, we are so back. We are indeed so back, Sammy Marco. Welcome in. We are in a forest somewhere. I have no idea where. Slim saying, I just wipe my computers every year to clear all the random caches and junk. Exactly. It was the cache folder. It was about 90 gigs in the cache folder. It was the whole, like, ChatGPT was like, here, go to this destination on your computer. Yeah, here's the cache folder. Just delete a bunch of that and whatever. So I drag the folders from in there into the trash can, and I get a notification that's like, your trash can's holding 87 gigs. Do you want to delete that? I was like, yes, let's get rid of that. Because I'm trying to edit the big map, and well, I've edited the big map animation for the Montreal one, showing spoilers. I'm gonna not spoil it, but it's a big map animation that's like complex, and it's like Google Earth 3D imagery. So it's a massive render, and I knew the computer didn't have enough space, so it just wouldn't render until I did that, and I kind of forget what I was talking about at this point. But yeah, Slim saying, I feel that. Sammy Marco asking, what's this new big trip I hear? I don't want to say just yet. I have thoughts, or you know what? Oh wait, that said cafe back there. This says cafe. Or coffee. So, Cyrillic again. Sammy Marco saying you have concepts of a plan. Got it. It's not even concepts of a plan. It's actually, I could do the whole thing. I could have the whole thing set up in about an hour and a half. I just need to not do it. Oh, okay, here. We have a tier parking, so Latin script 2. Slim saying, I'm so out of GeoGuessr practice. Oh, Bulgarian flag. That kind of solves it. And that tracks with everything we've seen. But I feel like we're all good enough at GeoGuessr that even when you're out of practice, you're still solid. You know? I feel like it's like riding a bike. It comes right back to you. But no, it is the concept of a, yep. Let's do it, Bulgaria. It is more than a concept of a plan, because I've planned it before and had to change it. And it's, for whatever reason, it's been on my mind this past week, or I know the exact reason, actually. I don't know why I'm saying for no reason. Central Asia didn't have that feeling of danger, you know? Or that feeling of like, oh, this is some cool overarching quest. So how do I get that? I rehash the old Rwanda plan. And basically just pick that plan exactly up. I already did all the planning. I know all the places that I have to stay at. I just have to rebook them. So, who knows? Yeah, Slim's saying exactly. Yeah, I know that feeling. It's kind of like, you know, it was fun, it was interesting, but it was too simple. You know? Anyone could have done this. Not everyone can ride a bike across Rwanda. Especially with the active armed conflict in the east. No, sorry, the west. It's east of Congo, west of Rwanda. So monitor that, just as to not break out into a full-scale, like, interstate war. I'll definitely be getting travel insurance if I do it, which I feel like I will. Sammy Marco saying, oh no, Ewan's going to Somalia, Yemen, and North Korea. Exactly, 1 week, all 4. Wait, that's 3. Yep, there we go. Brain's operating on all cylinders right now. Ukrainian flag, but that doesn't necessarily mean Ukraine. Just given the current political climate. But, I mean, we have Cyrillic. That could be a Ukrainian plate. That very much could be a Ukrainian plate. Yeah, Sleem's saying this does look like Ukraine. I do agree. Let's just be sure of this. Yeah, the plates do match. Freezite saying, I hear they added bike lanes along the eastern Ukrainian front if danger's what you want. Great idea. Yeah, I'll join the stream that week from a bicycle in Kharkiv, just like... That's what a great time that would be. Yeah, Sleem saying the road quality feels right. Freezite saying hi all. Hello, Freezite. Welcome in. And yeah, Sammy Marco saying this footage is from pre-war. I don't know if they've taken footage since the war started. Footage of Ukraine, at least. I mean, it all tracks. Right? Like, you can see the little bits of blue and yellow on these plates. And I'm fairly confident that that's not just confirmation bias. What about this one up here? Yep, there we go. It's right there, plain as day. Any objections to Ukraine? Fairly simple. If it's not, that's totally not our fault. It got us. Ukrainian flag, Ukrainian plate, it has to be Ukraine. Let me see if we can... Yeah, 2022. So this would have... This kind of has to be January. If it's... There's no way they're prioritizing Street View coverage in the middle of the war, right? But let's go ahead and do it. Yep. Nice. Project of Governor Yarners. Nares? I don't know. Welcome up, Barangay Dalig. So this is just the Philippines. Yeah, kind of the only place it could be. And here we go. Oh. Let me see. Team Dela Cruz, Bonifacio. I'm just doing Philippines. It just genuinely has to be. Yeah. Okay, in Greece. Look at that. Look at how easy that is. You just turn around and there's some Greek. If only all alphabets were that easy. The game probably wouldn't exist, but it's a nice thought. It'd be a lot of alphabets to learn. Oh. That's something. Why is this Cyrillic? So, okay, this Greece right here. This is Greek. This, okay. Slim's saying that is Greek, right? This is Cyrillic. Because I mean, I can read this. This says Pharmac. I think that means EO. But I mean, it literally, because that's not an epsilon. It's very much like that is Cyrillic there. But I do think this is Greece. Because we have, I mean, this right here is kind of a giveaway. Okay, Fruzite saying Cyrillic is derived from Greek. Interesting. All right. Well, let's Crete. Okay, hold on. We're doing Google Translate. Google.com. Because now I'm confused. Where's Greek? Greek. Pharmacy. So, that's not exactly what we saw. That's... I don't know. Slim saying probably just font. Yeah, Freezite saying depending on the font it becomes confusing. It's all Greek so far. Out of curiosity. I know that's not what it is in Russian, though. That's not what pharmacy is in Russia. R. Yeah, that's... I'm just having a moment here. Okay, well... I guess it's just the font. that messed with my brain there. Alright, I would assume this is a German-speaking country. It all seems to be in German, EU plates, looks Alpine. I don't think the coverage looks Swiss. I think this is probably Austria. Could be Germany, though. Let's find out. Die Werkstatt für alle Allos. Simi Marco saying so many European languages have apotheke or something similar as pharmacy. Saw it all over Iceland and was like, what is this? No, exact. That's, it's interesting because I saw that too all over Central Asia. I was like, this is kind of weird. It's just so far from the root word that so many languages use, or that I'm used to languages using, like English, Spanish, Portuguese, the Western European ones. Using like pharmacy, pharmacia, that kind of stuff. So I was sounding it out and I was like, this isn't similar to anything I know. Okay, great. This isn't going to be a normal flag, is it? What flag is this? You're kidding me. That is ridiculous. What flag are you flying? Gas house and pension. Kindergarten. Talstrasse. Austria doesn't use the B that makes the double S sound, right? Oh, okay. Semi Marco saying pharmacy comes from Greek. Apotheke is from Latin. Interesting. Huh. Friesa's saying, okay, Austrians do use it. Is it the Swiss that don't? I thought somebody doesn't use it. We get to go back past that flag because the coverage ended. Okay, the Swiss and the Liechtenstein don't use it. Come on. So, well, Liechtenstein coverage hasn't come out yet. Ooh, wait. Let's go look at that bin. Let's go look at that bin. I guess not. And yeah, that is a good point, Sammy Marco. They both then do technically come from Greek. Where are clues? Where are things we can use here? Should not be this hard. It's definitely, you know, we're here. Right? Freezite saying this is not Liechtenstein, it looks too poor. We get fancy Liechtensteiner over here. It's got like an insane .de, but it's a truck. Trucks move. Doesn't it have some insane GDP per capita number? Freezite saying 90% Austria. We did just see a truck that said had the German web address. So what's this? RB Leipzig. Yeah, that's in Germany. That took me a second. Because there's also RB Salzburg in Austria. So I needed a minute to, like, realize what I was saying. Also, RB... Well, it's not RB. It's New York Red Bulls. Could be. There's also... what's the one? And they have a Brazilian one, too, now. I don't remember the name of it. Or where they are. There's a Brazilian Red Bull too. And I think there's one more. I think there's one in like China, maybe. Freezite saying I'm not. I am a humble refugee, not a true Liechtensteiner. Yeah, Freezite saying, I think we're fine here. Yeah, Sleem saying these are German bollards. Freezite saying I could be, but the hills look too high for the average German town. But then again, I mean, we could be. So, I mean, Leipzig's out here. And this is not a very hilly area. I would assume we're in Lower Bavaria. Einsfeld. I don't know. UNESCO Biosphere Reserve Nature Park Thurnger World. That was all a guess. That could be wrong. I feel like Germany is a safe guess here. I think we do it. So what's this here? Masserberg. Don't know where that is. Is it Germany? Is it Austria? I don't know. My market. That way. I think we just do it. I think it's Germany. Yep. Wow. That is not where I'd expect. It's directly in, maybe not directly, but it's in between the two places that I was thinking of. Lower Bavaria and Leipzig. It's neither. Rather, it's in the middle. So what's this? This is... I think we're in Luxembourg. So we have S... I can't see that. You know, exactly, Freesite. You'd assume it'd be more south. This is Luxembourg. This is 100% Luxembourg. This is, watch this. Yeah. That was way too weird. I shouldn't be able to do that. That should be like a cry for help. Maybe we should stop playing this. That was just weird. Okay. French. Cogolan, Lepe. I'm not reading French. I won't. Yeah, Saint-Tropez. Anyone object to France? Saint-Tropez, kind of an easy one. Plan de la Tour. I don't know. I'm just gonna start I'm pronouncing it American. I don't care. Nouveau program. I want the accents too hard. Throwing in the towel. Alright, let's do France. Yep, easy. Yay, random woods. Freesite saying fancy area. We need south. Oh, never mind. Freesite retracted the message before I could read it. Now we're just in some woods. Brandenburg, Bassendorf, Diekirch, Wielerhosingen. So this is French. This is German. I think we are in Luxembourg again. Except I kind of don't, but it's the only thing that makes sense here. Freesite's saying I have my keyboard set to Spanish. Sorry. No, all good. I think I have mine set to, well, not my phone one is set to English and Spanish, so I can type in like Spanglish and it not freak out at me. Freesite's saying again, I think so. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense. Sleem's popping out to go back to the editing. RIP. Good luck. Sounds like a nightmare. But yeah, I mean, from those signs, I think, and these are Luxembourg plates. It is Luxembourg. See? Yep, Sleems agrees. I thought that was the Nigeria follow car for a second. Oh, it wouldn't be, because no, Nigeria's right-hand drive. Okay. Curicó Entre Lagos. So, I think that's a Chilean plate, actually. Now that we've seen some Spanish, that is a Chilean plate. That is some Spanish. This is Chile. 95% sure of that. Yeah, Freesite saying Chile or Argentina. That is 100% not an Argentine plate. I'm 90% sure it's a Chilean plate, but 100% sure it's not an Argentinian one. Yep, there we go, Chilean flag. Bing, bam, boom. Love it. Any objections to Chile? Sometimes it's that easy. Yep, Freesite saying send. Let's do it. Alright. Yay, more random roads. Middle of nowhere. We love it. Absolutely love these ones. Let's get it sped up a bit here. Wait. What was that? What was that? It was a road sign that we don't need. W Diggs in the chats, and yo, happy Easter to all who celebrate. Finally done hosting, and we're going backwards. Finally done with hosting the fam. Hope you had fun. Sure was come on. Let's go forward. Let's go forward. There we go. Freezite saying this is cool and all, but we need one where we're riding a cow. I know. We haven't had a cow spawn in the longest time. European plate. Rafael Mello joining in. Saying live at the Caucasus. Or live at the Caucasus. I'm just blind. But yep. Happy Easter, everybody, as everyone's saying. Unfortunately, not live at the Caucasus. Live from New York. It's Sunday night. Back in the States. 2 weeks, and then Philippines, and then 2 weeks from that, and UK, and then like a month and a half, and then I'm gonna go get myself killed again. That'll be fun. What a great journey. Where are we? Here we go. Danger. Look at that. I'm learning the Central European languages. Isn't that exciting? I don't know what those other words. I don't know the rest of that. Pozor means danger. Yep, W Dick saying looks like Czech Slovak. I lean more towards Slovak here, but I don't know. Stav B. Where are we? Come on. CZ right here. I would assume this is Czech. Sukromi Pozemek, Kola CZ. That makes sense, right? Or am I making a big deal of nothing? Okay, yeah, W Dick saying I like Czech here. Any objections to Czechia? I feel like this is a solid one. Freezite saying the courageous Eagle Brigade of the Ukrainian Donbass Army welcomes Ewan's desire to visit the motherland. Nah, can't be doing that. All right, let's do it. Love it. That's just walking into a war zone. That's not I'm looking for adventure. I'm gonna go somewhere like a little more dangerous. That's just going to a war zone. That's just suicide. All right, so this is Peru or Bolivia. Which one? Hard to tell because it's the same language, except they just except we're outside of the National Institute of Civil Defense. So, anyone object to Peru? That is helpful. Alright, going once, going twice. Should probably select Peru rather than Ukraine. But let's do it. Where are we? Huancayo. Freezite saying we didn't see any Pollo stands. Well, we were only there for about a block. And then we stumbled upon the Institute of Civil Defense? I forget what it was already. Rafael Mel saying Caucasus seems so chill. I was amazed by the pictures and some relatable videos of travelers going there. It's honestly, it was... I'd like to visit... do you mean the pictures from Instagram earlier? Ben Z... I'm not reading that. Let's keep moving. Yeah, W Dig saying, okay, yeah, Euro is your... Yes. I can't read it because it's just the same thing. It's euro equals euro, but WDig pointing out that was the Cyrillic spelling of euro. Yeah, Rafael Mello. That was Kyrgyzstan. That was a crazy one, nature-wise. That was the coolest one for the just the scenery was so intense. I'd like to go to I'd like to do like Armenia and Georgia at some point. And at some point when the war is over, Russia. But I don't know when that will happen. Looked like it might be soon, and looking less like it now. I have no idea. We could turn on the news tomorrow, and like Iran could join the war, and I'd be like, "Yep, not surprised. Nothing is surprising at this point." So uses the euro. Uses Cyrillic. It's kind of just bulk. No, I'm about to say something stupid. Okay, I need to catch up on the chat here. So Zoe's saying pollo like Los Pollos Hermanos, like from Breaking Bad. Same. Not from Los Pollos Hermanos. See, Freezite's just obsessed with Peruvian pollos for good reason. They are fantastic, but okay, wait, I have an idea. There's Bulgarian snow coverage, right? Bulgaria uses the euro, Bulgaria uses Cyrillic, snow coverage. I think this is a good case for Bulgaria. I don't think it's 100%, but it is a good case for Bulgaria. Rafael Melo saying Georgia's been going viral here on Brazilian social media. It looks very beautiful. It looks like such a beautiful place. I was looking at some stuff of people like cycling through there, and it just looks stunning. For such a small country, it seems like it is such a diverse and interesting landscape. WDig saying Svalnik is the town. Okay. Freezite saying North Macedonia. Zoe saying Romania. Romania doesn't use Cyrillic, so I don't think it's Romania unless it's along the border. Freezite saying let's keep looking. Rafael Mello saying the hills look North Macedonia. Yeah. WDig saying Macedonia or Bulgaria. Rafael Mello saying those go from Greece to the north. Yeah, so he's saying snow meta. I genuinely, this is a thing. I think it's the Bulgaria snow meta. And Freezite saying I'm not the only one obsessed. Katz is a fan, and Sammy Marco is an orbiter as well. Yes, Sammy Marco questioning that statement. But what's the resort city that's nice? Batumi is I'm an idiot. I went for Bulgaria if we're talking about Georgia. Batumi is a nice resort city. I haven't heard of it. Out of curiosity. Batumi. That looks nice. I would not guess this is Georgia. That is wild. But Freezite saying Ewan is a Pollo fan. Don't front. Ewan is a Pollo fan. Ewan loves Pollo. Ewan has Pollo for dinner nearly every day. Not Peruvian Pollos, but Pollos Estadounidense. Estadounidenses? Because it's plural. Yeah. Freezite saying, what is this? What is happening here? Freezite saying, Sammy Marco, you're on this council, but we don't grant you the rank of mastering, Sammy Marco. Like, literally Revenge of the Sith. I'm calling him Vatican City. That is insane. Sammy Marco is as much on the council as everybody else. I promise this is Bulgaria. We're going deep into the thick of it now. See, look at this. Sammy Marco likes pollo. Who doesn't like pollo? Vegetarians don't like pollo. That's actually, yeah. I realized it as soon as I said it. So there's a large amount of people who don't like pollo. Freezite asking if Sammy Marco is a pollero. I don't know. Sammy Marco, are you a pollero? What's going on here? Zoe's asking, is pollo chicken? Yes, pollo is chicken. And specifically, Peruvian pollos are the object of Freezite's obsession. Okay, I promise this is Bulgaria. Okay, we've gone, let's just go the other direction now. Sent us back to the beginning. There's going to be a Bulgarian flag in like 5 seconds when we go in this direction. Wait, no, this is the direction we originally went, isn't it? Is it? I think maybe we go this way then? Because I remember that gas station. W Dig saying, I'm Team Bulgaria too. Sammy Marcos saying, I didn't know pollero as a chicken farmer. I just assumed it was, well, I assumed it was made up. But I kind of attached it to somebody who likes pollos. Zoe saying trash can meta. Problem with trash can meta in Bulgaria is, well, they don't have it. They never, I feel like in Eastern Europe, it's always just a generic trash can. There's never words, or if there were words, they've been scraped off. Like, it's unfortunate we don't get that out here. Stop sign in English. Maybe these look like fresh new cans, but they haven't written anything on them. Here are some. So Freezite asking, is Bulgaria EU? My goodness, this place seems bombed out and depleted. That's tense to, oh wait. I see the town. Rus. There we go. Yep, W Dig saying Rus is definitely Bulgaria. Cat saying yes, Bulgaria is EU. Alright, let's do it. Awesome. We're killing it today. I'm gonna say that, and we're gonna mess this one up. This is feeling Panamanian. Vivero Municipal. This feels Panamanian, right? Yeah, W Dig, that's not a ruse. Very clever. Didn't. Yeah, Freezite saying Panama or Guatemala. I think we can figure out pretty quick which one. W Dig saying I'll see myself out. And yeah, cats. Okay, wait. So Freezite saying the name on the other side seemed more Mayan. Which sign? Oh, yep. Yep, I see what you're saying there. Akasagulastan. Yeah, I fully see what you're saying there. I'm on Team Guatemala now. But Kat saying Bulgaria is a unique country to visit. Have you been, Cats? I'm definitely interested in going someday. I do want to see more of. Well, I haven't actually been to Eastern Europe. I would like to see Eastern Europe. Simi Marco saying we should use the real name of the country of Georgia to get rid of the confusion with the state. Fully agree. I don't know. I didn't know there was a name for it other than that. I feel like that would be the obvious thing for us to do. Why do we call it Georgia if there's an actual name that isn't the name of one of our states? So it's Sakartvelo. I can get behind that. Once I figure out which parts of that need inflections and once I figure out how to pronounce that. Oh yeah, Cat's making a good point. This might be Lake Atitlan again. I think you could be right here. Yeah, Freezite Sync could be El Salvador, but you don't know if they have coverage. I don't think they do. But could be wrong. At least not yet. Guastatoya sounds potentially Mayan. North American front plate. Okay, yeah. Cat saying yes, Justin Sophia. What was so interesting about Sophia then? That made it different from just any other normal city. Wow, this is really nice. This has to be Guatemala. This is not Panama. Yeah, Freezite's in the use of the Gua syllable points to Guatemala again. I completely agree. Like these mountains don't exist in Panama. Come on, keep going. Keep going. What's this truck here? Aqua Pura Salvavidas. I think we're good. Come on, keep going. It does not want to go anywhere. Cat's saying it's the mix of Roman and communist architecture, like in some places you see Roman ruins dug up. That's going to be a weird contrast. I hadn't thought of that. The Soviet architecture is weirdly interesting. I know it's not good, but it's just weirdly intriguing. I don't know. Cat singing in Sofia, almost every sign is in Cyrillic. Oh, I didn't realize it was invented in Bulgaria. I knew it was invented, but I assumed it was invented for Russian rather than Bulgarian. That's wild. And to now be dual script is interesting. I guess because the Latin script is just so much more widely used. It's just kind of the thing to do nowadays, like with Kazakhstan moving toward it and Uzbekistan having moved towards it entirely. Rory Shea saying, yo, what is up, Rory Shea? I can't read that. It's in a circle. I think we do Guatemala here. There's no world where this is Panama. Okay, yeah. Rural University of Guatemala. I think we're fine here. Yeah, exactly, WDig. Good timing. We got it. Send. Keep on moving. Where are we now? Okay, these are entirely white plates. Oh. This is Korea. Anyone object to Korea with the literal Korean all over the place? Yep. There we go. WDig, Freezite agreeing. Awesome. Ooh, near the border. Where's Ill Tired? We need to hear stories of the DMZ. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is almost certainly Bulgaria again. But yeah, Kat saying Guatemala's another nice country to visit. Honestly, when we got Lake Atitlan the other week, it kind of blew my mind. And I really want to go there now. Rwanda first, though. Rwanda, main goal. Guatemala, another time. I feel like I kind of see the Bulgarian flag there with the green and the red, but I could just be imagining that. Yeah, like Bulgarian flag there, EU flag there, right? Oh. WDig saying Bulgaria flag, right? Are you saying Bulgaria flag, like, comma, right, as in, like, is that correct? Or are you saying in the direction of right, there is a Bulgarian flag? Comma, correct. Okay, cool. Thank you. I feel like that's what that is, but I'm not 100% sure. I kind of want to do it. I will send Bulgaria if people think I should. Freezite saying, what happened with the monkeypox situation? No idea. I think it's just not a thing anymore. I know there was also bleeding eye virus. That was a thing there for a hot minute. Remember flying into Miami Thanksgiving weekend, and there was like a travel advisory posted everywhere that was like, warning, bleeding eye virus if you came from Rwanda. Yeah, WDig saying send for the vibes. The same fonts as before. Kat saying this seems like Bulgaria again with the dual script. Completely agree on the dual script. Let's do it. Awesome. Easy. Kat saying for Guatemala, do Lake Atitlan and Antigua. Also Tikal and Flores up north. Guatemala is just a city with a Walmart. So much traffic there. Okay. That's good to know because I was considering Guatemala about a year and a bit ago. And was just going to do Guatemala City for a weekend. So glad to have not done that. That's one of those, I don't know if any of you have ever been in the situation. This has happened to me multiple times where I'm in a hostel somewhere and you're just talking to the other people in the hostel and they're like, oh, what'd you do when you were here? What are you planning to do? And it's like, oh, I only have like X amount of days left. I'm doing this, this, and that. And they're like, wait, you came all the way to XYZ country and didn't do A, B, and C? And I'll be like, what's A, B, and C? And it's like the coolest thing ever. Multiple times that has happened. Freezite saying Indonesia. I can get behind that. Sammy Marco saying it's Guatemala, a country, not a city. Yeah, the capital is Guatemala City. Kat saying if you land to Guatemala City airport, take a taxi or shuttle right away to Atitlan. Okay. I guess it's that. Here we go. Rupees. Are these Indonesian rupees? Yes, no, maybe so. Kat saying Indonesia or Malaysia. Darn. Setseeing, Shomang, Sirata doesn't mean anything to me. We're going under the train tracks. Under this thing. Ugh. Semi Marco saying, I didn't even ask the few people I talked to at the hostel in Iceland, but I did meet a nice guy from Potomac, Maryland. That's funny. Such a small world. Freezite saying there's rupees and rupias, I think. Great. That's unfortunate. There was one time, I don't know if I've told this story before on this stream, but there was one time I checked into a hostel, and this guy heard me like briefly speak English with somebody. So he like runs over and he's like, "Oh, another English speaker. How's it going? Like blah blah blah. What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing this and that, and like I leave in X amount of days, and you know this is what I'm doing here." He goes, "Oh, you're doing it all wrong. You got to do this and this and that and this and that, and it's you need another 2 weeks here. Like just spend the next 2 weeks here instead." And it's like, brother, I fly to Miami in 5 days. What are you like? I told you that already. He was like, "Oh, blah, 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 blah." It was weird. And then at the end of the conversation, he was like, "What's your name?" Or maybe I asked him his name. I was like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Oh, I'm James. Nice to meet you." And he's like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Oh, I'm Ewan." And he goes, "Oh, that's a European," or he was like, "Oh man, what a European name," or something like that. Like, that's a really European name. And I was like, "Where does he think James comes from?" He was Australian. Oh, okay. Bandung, Indonesia. Okay, cool. Yep, there it is right there. No, exactly, Freezite. Unsolicited advice on your own trip. Nah, dude, I run my own trip. The fact that he couldn't comprehend, like, I fly to Miami in 5 days. He's like, nah, you got to do this and that. And I was like, well, I don't know how to snowboard. It's like, you gotta do the snowboarding. Like, how are you gonna come here and not snowboard? And it's, well, because I don't know how. Big brain. Yeah. Freezite sent from James, Colombia. I don't think I understand what you're saying, Freezite. And no, for real, W-Dig. This view's crazy. Let's find out where it is. Oh, it's in Italy. That's easy. Anyone object to it? Oh, this could be San Marino. It's not, though, right? It's so no. There's no mountains. There's hills, but there's no mountains. Right? Yeah, Cat's saying not San Marino. Do we need to do a San Marino check? I think we're fine. Sammy Marcus saying, Freezite, I talked to a few people, but there was a big clique that all knew each other that took a lot of the people there. Oh, that's kind of awkward, yeah. Yeah, Sleem's saying this is Italy. Let's do it. I don't think we need the San Marino check. I think we're fine. Forgot about Swiss Italy again. Like, second stream in a row. Yep. Cool. Yep. Yep, there we go. Exactly, Cats. Let's start again. This is the streak. We've been saying that for about 9 months now. Yep. W-Dig's PTSD has been activated. It's the Italian language, man. This is Bangladesh. Boom. Awesome. I think this is Argentina. Because why not? Yeah, Slims, we did fall off. It becomes yeah, okay, good point, Cats. We'll just send it. Nope. Bulgaria again. It becomes such a further distant memory. Like, even the 200s are such a distant memory at this point. We have so fallen off. SMH. SMH. Darn. Menuet saying it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I don't know. Last I saw, Menuet was the one who clicked the button, not me. Should have said this is Switzerland. But hello, Menuet. Welcome in. And yeah, Sleems was gonna say Bulgaria. Oops. Freezite saying all that Kazakh bread has us discombobulated. Being so real, they make this bread over there that's like fried sugar. I like top 5 most bloated moments of my life. That thing filled me up. Then I had some borscht, which was actually awesome. Oh. Cat saying, by the way, I saw your pics, Ewan, on Insta. They're all amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. It honestly, that was like an embarrassing amount of time out of my day to day, going through all the pictures and being like, what am I posting? And having to cut stuff too. Oh, yep. Spanish. Sleem saying Panama. I can get behind Panama. Absolutely. Sammy Marco, are you for real? Did this just break? Secretary of Defense sent military info in another group chat with civilians. Wife, lawyer, and brother. That's so funny. Of course. Why not? Why stop at one time? It seems that Sammy Marco must say it. It's true. You'd think you'd learn your lesson. Oh man, that is so funny. That is so unbelievably funny. There's nothing you can do but laugh at that. Yep, W. Dick saying we're so incredibly cooked. How did it even come out again? If it's his wife, lawyer, and brother, how does it come out? But yeah, Cat's asking, you rode a horse there. Nice. Yeah, 8 horse and rode a horse. Critically not the same horse. I really slow horse. But it was fun. Yeah, we were riding the horses around Kyrgyzstan. And then my friend watched them behead a goat while I was in the bathroom. Sick. Yep, we got more Spanish here. I'm so in disbelief. How do you do that a second time? That's not a Panamanian plate, I don't think. That's a confusing plate. That is maybe a Panamanian plate. That's confusing. Freezite saying sacrifice to Cthulhu. Big ups, I guess. Dude, wait. So W Dick saying apparently it was the same info from before too. So it was the same Yemen bus. So he was just messaging in multiple chats about bombing Yemen with civilians, and that's just wow. Yeah, what a good, yay. Anyway. The chat was dubbed Defense Team Huddle. Gosh. Just imagine going back in time even 20 years and telling someone about this. It's so... Oh, we're at 0. Let's just send Panama. There we go. Korean. Anyone object to Korea? Yeah, exactly, Cats. I totally didn't realize we were at 0. And yep, we're all good. Cool. Freeze like calling it Fat Horse Mountain. Yep, everyone good there. Cat saying Bulgaria again. That's not Cyrillic though, I don't think. Yeah, I'd be more inclined with Western Europe. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying looks more Northern EU. I think this is a Belgian plate. It's got the red glow to it from having red letters. Yep, this is a Belgian plate. This is 100% a Belgian plate. Yep, Cat saying Belgium, Sleem saying Belgium. There we go. Wah! We're going to Belgium. Yep, I think who was it that called it? Sleem's called it, yeah. Yep, Sammy Marco saying I knew it was Belgium. This is the UK or Ireland. 100%. Freezite saying it's okay. Some things do not need translation. It was clearly Fat Horse Mountain. It could have been Slim Horse Mountain. Could have been Horse on a Diet Mountain. Let's see what's going on here. GBC Security. GBC at gbcsecurity.com. Slim saying surely the UK. You would think. Let's just check these plates. We can check the rear plate once they pass. Yep, that is a British rear plate. Let's check this car up to this car up here too then. There we go. Okay, well the truck goes to pass us, but they also have a UK rear plate, so we should be good. Let's do it. Yes, okay. Freezite saying Heavenly Plump Horse Mountain then. Sleem saying Horse on a Weight Loss Journey Mountain. I think that's it. I think we submit a petition. If it's not already called that, we submit a petition to call it that. Also, if we lose this at some point, someone needs to say, go back and check the South Korea round at the start so we can find out the actual name of that mountain. Sammy Marco asking, are we talking about Ewan's post? And for a second, I thought you were calling me a horse on a weight loss journey. I started to put things together. Cat saying I need it back for my trip to the UK in 8 days. How long you gone for again? Like, how much packing is going to need to go into this one? Oh, yeah, this is the wedding, so you'll need the suit. Yeah. Sleem saying the bollards would indicate Germany. But the plates would indicate Luxembourg. These are Luxembourgish plates. Sammy Marco saying the horse you were riding in the mountain you were on. Yeah, no, it's, no, we're not talking about that. The horse I was riding was named Mers, and the mountain was a valley, like, it was in Tong. It was right on the lake. Okay, Sleem saying Orlichton signed that too. They all have the same bollards. Awesome. Love it. Cat saying I'm bringing a bathrobe. I feel like you can get a bathrobe at a hotel if you're staying in hotels, right? You can totally just grab the free bathrobe and roll with that. This is Luxembourg. This is the exact same signs. You like exact same signs. Alright, yeah. Same saying send. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying your roommates are making dinner. Yeah, I was literally, I don't know if you saw the like white pop up right there, but that was me pulling up iMessages to be like, yo, chill with the plates. He was also singing a couple minutes ago. Yeah. You know what? I'll just leave him alone. Who cares? Freezite saying if Cats leaves, then I'm gonna have to deal with Sammy Marco all by myself. Oh no. He's gonna have me banned, you know. Yeah, Cat saying, oh, man, you're gonna miss 3 weeks of streams. That's crazy. Man, R.I.P. We're gonna have a whole streak going by the time you're back. Freezite saying you in broadcasting from the back of a Chinese restaurant. That is how I afford NYC. By living in the back of a Chinese restaurant. There was Skrillex back here, right? Or am I? Yeah. Okay, so dual script. This stuff. Alright. Yeah, I would also go Serbia here, Cats. W Dig asking if that's a reference to Sweden. Oh, the bat. Okay, that went totally over my head. Slim saying bollard. Is it a Sweden bollard? Also, part of the idea of getting the proper microphone was the noise canceling, but I guess that's not working. So, oh well. W Dick saying we need Ewan's takes on his favorite Eurovision entry this year. Is there a supercut I can watch? Yeah, Belgrade. Or is that Belgrade? No, right? Yeah, that is. Anyone object to that? Yeah, because I can see it there in Cyrillic, and it's the same there. Awesome. South Africa. I think. Ooh. Yeah, Slim's saying South Africa. Kind of has to be. Yep, English. Does the audio quality sound slightly better with the microphone, or did I need to spend money on this? I'm happy with it regardless, but I'm curious. Yeah, okay, Slim's saying it sounds fine. Because I'm at the point of editing where I have to do the voiceovers. Okay. Slim's saying can probably dial in further. I don't know what that means. Semi Marco saying I don't notice a difference. I did hear a difference a little bit, and that's what matters to me. And for recording the voiceovers for the videos, I get really annoying and nitpicky about it if I can hear the echo in the room. So I'm happy with this. I don't like hearing that little bit of echo. It's a production quality. I'm thinking of what am I thinking of? Am I saying the right thing? I'm confusing myself. Anyway. Exactly, Sleems. It's a tax write-off. Exactly. And 11 Grobbler's Bridge. Sleems saying I have a very expensive piece of paper that says I'm qualified to listen to sound. Fair enough. What does the dial-in part mean so I know how to do that? Where is Growler's Bridge? And where's the N11? I don't think there's En-roads in South Africa. I think we established this. There, right? Am I insane? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Yeah, okay. Freezite saying this might be Australia. Also saying as long as I can hear the customers shouting at their Chinese food. As long as I can't hear the customers shouting at their Chinese food orders, it's a fine mic upgrade. Sick. I could hear it a bit, so that is worth it to me. And Slim saying we can discuss in DMs. Would need to know more info. Awesome, appreciate it. Cat saying you think there are En-roads there. I have a memory of there being En-roads here, but I don't see them. That's what's getting me here. Also, it's starting to smell like someone's making food, and it's definitely not my roommate. I realized... Sleem saying South Africa's safe, you think. Honestly, I'm happy to do it. We're at 6. Does anyone object to that? But I think someone in the floors below me keeps making this very... There's a very strong aroma to this meal, and it comes up through the floor. And I don't know how to explain the smell. It just smells like cooking, and it's annoying. I purchased incense today because I just got so sick of the random smells that I was just like, candles aren't doing enough. Sammy Marcos saying it's the customer's food. Yeah, that's the terrace seating underneath the kitchen floor up here. Egg drop soup for the win, yo. Combo number 5 is legendary there. Is that actually a thing? Like if I... Egg drop soup NYC. Okay, it's not the name of a place. Let's keep on moving. Can we just do South Africa? I feel like we're good to do that. South Africa. I'm gonna click on it. Slim saying send. Alright. One person's on board. There we go. Jeez, Freezite. Restaurant in the front making fake handbags in the back. Yeah, that's what the other rooms are. Where's this? Oh, there's the sirens. Can you hear that? I think that one's police rather than fire truck. It's usually fire truck. W. Dixon just dropped a Eurovision recap vid in the Discord. Awesome. I will check that out tomorrow, because I will be going to bed as soon as this is over. Yeah, Slim saying NYC moment. Yep, exactly. Sammy Marco asking, how does anyone sleep here? Honestly, I'm used to the sirens at this point. This is like, it's not as bad in this neighborhood, honestly. Like, my friend came to stay with me before we left for Central Asia, and he's like, how do you even sleep? And I'm like, it's just like a siren or two a night. There are much louder neighborhoods to be in. W Dig asking, how's the jet lag going? Dude, I was dead all the rest of the... that was psychotic of me to think I could stream on the Wednesday. Also, this is probably Lesotho, right? Totally psychotic of me to think, oh, okay, it's Eswatini. Anyone object to the sign that literally says it? Thursday, I crash. I'm crashing later and later. in the days now. Yesterday was like 11 p.m. I died. Friday was like 6:45. That was when the wave hit me and I was able to stay awake for a couple more hours. All right, let's do it. Eswatini. But Cats is saying I'm sleeping as well. Very sleepy today for some reason. Never a bad thing to be sleepy on a Sunday night. Get some good rest. This is almost certainly Auckland. Get some good rest before the work week. Wake up refreshed on Monday. Tell myself I'll go to the gym in the morning, but I really know that I'll be at the gym in the afternoon because I won't wake up. This is Auckland. Oh, wait. I totally smashed that, didn't I? I think those bins say Auckland. I'm so sure that says Auckland. Oh, come on. Give me... Someone put your trash out. Come on. Someone do it. Show me your trash. Yeah, W Dick saying 2-hour stream on the day you got back is crazy behavior. The thing is, I never account for exhaustion. I always account for like, okay, how much sleep can I operate off of? But it was just like, I thought I could do it. Auckland Council. I'm a genius. Megamind. Cat saying, well done, Ewan. Don't acknowledge me throwing my arms in the air and saying I am a genius. Cat saying my plan is to have my alarm at 3 a.m. then hopefully do workouts before I start work. I forget you're out in mountain time. So it's not even as late for you right now. Not that it's necessarily late here. But yeah, Menuet with the GG. W-Dig with the we did it, Joe. Seems saying someone clip it. Honestly, I'm clipping the Luxembourg one after this is done. That one was hilarious earlier. Just doing like a quick 360 and being like, is this Luxembourg? Someone is cooking something crazy. I smelled this smell earlier today too, or some other day. All the days run together. But I smelled this smell, and then I went downstairs for some reason, and I heard their smoke alarm going off. I was like, well, yeah. But they have to have just put an entire like jar of oil in the frying pan and just set it to high and left. Like that is the only thing this smell could be. I'm curious what my roommate's making, because that's a lot of like crashing sounds going on. He's been making the crashing sounds for like half an hour now, I feel like. What is he cooking? Okay, Cats is saying Hungary. Freezite saying Sichuan pollo is not going to cook itself. He's definitely not making chicken. People downstairs, I don't know. I think they're literally cooking oil. Yep, everyone's saying Hungary. All right, Hungary continues to get weirder than I thought it was. This is Rwanda. Also, I have a skillet in the sink soaking. So whatever he's putting in the sink, like the sink is already full. Try to read that sign. No, we're not going to get a look at it. Freezite saying send it. I think it's a little too early to send it. I'm not 100% on it being Rwanda. I just think it is. I think this is the Rwandan truck. Freezite saying send Rwanda. It's too early. It's too early. Cat saying I'm the one who doesn't like a full sink, so I like to wash dishes. Yeah, but I had a couple of things to do. I gotta soak. It's like so deeply stuck on there. It needs to soak. And I had other stuff to do. Freezite saying stand on business, like you kids say. I think I'm actually older than the stand on business crowd. I hate to say it. It's upsetting. Oh yeah. I as of like 6 weeks ago, closer to 30 than I am to 20 now. Or no. When does that happen? Because I'm thinking 25 and a half, and that's totally not correct. It would be 25. I don't know. I'm not doing that mental math right now. This isn't Rwanda, I don't think. We are right-hand drive. Yeah, these are the Ghana flags right here. I think this is Ghana. Yeah, I think you're right, Sleems. I think it would be the day after turning 25. Yeah, Cat saying Ghana. Simi Marco saying, I'm so tired. The fam and I did a 7-hour round trip to PA to see my grandparents for Easter. Yikes. That is rough. Freezite saying, oh, it had the flag codes of Senegal. This could be Senegal. Yeah, I forget. Oh, this totally could be Senegal. Alright, well, let's look for French or English. That's pretty much all we need. That looks French. Freezite asking what language have we seen. We haven't. That's the fun thing. That's Arabic. Which would be Senegal. This has to be Senegal. But yeah, Sleem's saying if it is the day after turning 25, then you're in the same boat. It's fun. It's yeah. I'm starting to notice it though, and I'm accepting it. I'm accepting getting old. Freezite saying I can barely think while wanting Chinese food. There we go. Senegal. Freezite, if you want, I can have him make you some. Okay. We're in Europe. The bike lane. Sammy Marco saying the Reds beat the Orioles 24-2 in Baltimore. That is insane. Is that today? That whole division kind of isn't good right now. Yeah, but Belgium. Cat saying you guys are still young. I'm already in my 30s. 30s is still young too. It's all just a matter of perspective of like, you know, I don't know. Yeah. It's like, you feel like, you know what it is? I've talked about this with so many people recently. When you were like 16 and you thought about, 25 years old, what will I be doing then? You have this idea of like, your whole life is together and you know exactly what you're doing, and you eventually realize nobody at any stage ever realizes what they're doing. But it's a weird one. But yeah. Freezite saying you're not old. How you grow as you age is what matters. Yep. Tell the guy I want the combo number 5, the usual. I'll let him know. I'll have him prepare one for next stream. It sounds like he just sat down to eat his one right now, so I don't want to bother him. Where did that sign go? Awesome. Greek. Love it. Anyone object to that? If Freezite sent 24 runs, someone needs to get canned. For real. I think that's the highest score I've heard of. I haven't paid attention to baseball in the longest time, but I feel like that's just insane. At least in the majors. Highest score I've heard of in the majors. Yeah. W Dig saying send. W Dig also saying age is just a number. Yep. It's all about how you age. Menuet saying I'm sitting here laughing so hard because you guys are talking about being 25, being old. That's too funny. I'm not telling you my age, but it's a whole lot older than 25. Hold up. Bird just started watching TikTok, so I am actually going to text it. All right. Yeah, figure people don't need to hear brain rot TikToks. This is very like Irish font. Oh, here we go. We got a city down here. But Sammy Marco saying, ha ha ha, my whole life being together is not how it works ever. That's just what it feels like when you're a kid and adults know everything. No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like at 15, 16, it's like, adults know everything, and then you realize, no, they don't. What does that say? I can't tell. Oh, does that say Ogden? That wouldn't make sense. Wanderer saying I'm a lot older too, Menuet, so you're not alone. See, look at this. I love that we have diverse age ranges here. All united by GeoGuessr. Freezite saying me too, Menuet. I'm on the same boat. But what if I know and what I've done is partly from living a long time? I'm Poyos. Am I reading that wrong, or I feel like my brain just freaked out? Cat saying many people are surprised when I told them my age, though I look young. That's good. Love that. We're stuck in this cul-de-sac. Yeah, exactly, cats. There's too many cul-de-sacs. It's a nightmare. And now we're at the end of it. Okay, what I know and what I've done. What I know and what I've done is partly from living a long time. Gotcha. Now it makes sense. Yes, Poyos do unite us all. Alright, let's go up. It feels... It's definitely the UK or Ireland, right? It like actually has to be. Here we go. This is a main... Of course it's not a main road. I think there's stuff this way, actually. This is a bad idea, though. We should just go toward the massive city. Cat saying I should try Poyos one day. Freezite, can you show me to one? Have you not tried? Like, you mean Peruvian Poyos or Pollo in general? Peruvian Poyos is more understandable. This is Irish. This is literally the Irish language. This is Ireland. Anyone object? Yeah, W Dig saying that's definitely Ireland. Yep, okay, let's do it. Cat saying haven't tried Peruvian food yet. Honestly, I feel like as good as Poyos are, if we're talking Peruvian foods, ceviche. It goes ceviche, then pollos. You got to do ceviche first. I'm expecting like a Freezite crash out in like 3 seconds, but that is the objective ranking. Freezite saying, one thing I do like about getting older is that you naturally gain a certain confidence, especially at work and dealing with people. That for sure. Being like comfortable that you know how to do your job. It's nice. Yeah. W. Diggs saying, hear me out on the arroz chaufa, though? I don't know what that is. Well, I know what arroz is. Arroz chaufa. Oh, this looks cool. It's just like rice and... Peruvian fried rice. Gotcha. It looks good, but it's not like... Look at that. That's crazy. And then, here, I actually got a Javier restaurant Lima. Like, look at that. Look at that. How you gonna look at that and be like, ah, yes, I need pollos. They have more. Hold on, maps. I gotta show more of this. Where's the show more ceviche? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. You gotta try this. Forget the pollos. Ceviche. Oh no. Sammy Marcos saying I need to go back to Latam. My Spanish accent's getting gringo. No, I actually noticed that. I watched some of the footage from Senegal where I pretended to not speak English or French, and people would bug me. People, like when you walked around in Senegal, just everyone came up to you and tried to like scam you into something, which is really unfortunate. But eventually I learned like to speak Spanish. Just be like, oh, lo siento, no te entiendo. Just kind of like roll with that. Soy de España, soy de Argentina, lo siento. But then I watched the footage back and it was literally like, hola, ¿qué tal? And I was like, no! One guy literally, the first time I did it, the very first time I did it, these guys were harassing me as I tried entering this like controlled area. And I was just like, I don't even know what I said, like, no entiendo, blah, blah, blah. And the guy switches from French to English. He goes, you sound English. And I was like, It's terrible. But you gotta catch up on the chat. Freezite saying step 1, find Peruvian restaurant. Step 2, go to the restaurant. Yeah, and then order the pollo. But okay, yeah, Freezite is agreeing. Ceviche's the goat. And yeah, that's... What's Spaghetti Verde? I haven't heard of that. Freezite saying, yeah, come to California, show you some spots, cats. Freezite cats meet up out in Cali for some pollos and ceviche. Yeah. Freezite saying soy day nowhere. Yeah, exactly. The Yo Sabo. And wait a minute. See Sammy Marcos saying, got your decision back from Virginia Tech. What's the word? Is our boy going to VT? Blacksburg? I'd do a drum roll, but I don't want to do it for like 30 whole seconds. They'll hurt my fingers. We got to get you like a... You need the... You got to put a video in the Discord if you had different hats. And like you put on the Virginia Tech one if you got in. Come on. Yo! Sammy Marcos going to VT as long as he passes his math class. Congrats. That is awesome, dude. Massive, massive round of applause. It feels weird to just be clapping alone in my bedroom, but everyone else also clap alone in your bedrooms, and it'll feel slightly less weird. But congratulations, Sammy. That is awesome to hear. Absolutely love that for you. 90% of the math class feels like you'll be good. Semester ends in like a month, right? You're totally fine. You got this. That is awesome. Wow, big step down to Blacksburg. Have you thought about how you're going to do content from there? Because I feel like with the stuff that you make, it'll be significantly harder down there than in the DC metro. Yep. Go Hokies. Exactly. That's... And was it... I missed something. Yeah, Friesite saying I've done that, but I just say something in German, it works. German's good. The thing is, I can't hold up German. Because a couple times with Spanish, people would continue the conversation in Spanish. And I was like, uh-oh, all right, let's roll with this. But I've done it in Argentina where I just say Noriega. I just say Norway in Spanish. Because Spanish is the language that I say when I don't want to be bothered, but it doesn't work if the country's a Spanish-speaking country. Sammy Marco saying, thanks, y'all. Now finding the apartment. Imagine it's pretty hard, yeah. Especially because parents can't help move until July. Yikes, that's, yeah. Apartment hunting and moving are two of the worst experiences. So, best of luck. We're also on, like, a dirt road right now. I feel like we gotta, yeah. Let's just go this direction now. There's a dude out here. It's definitely Eastern European. Yeah, okay, I knew someone would say something like getting hit by a bus is a pretty bad experience too. One of the normal experiences that is expected to happen to... One of the worst normal experiences that is expected to happen to everybody multiple times in their life. There's the asterisk. If we're going to nitpick statements like that. I know you're just joking, Freeside. Little bus shelter here. Yeah, Cat saying EU plates. Sammy Marco saying there's almost too many and not enough options. I also need to get down to Blacksburg before I sign anything to make sure there's no major issues. Yikes, dude. How far of a drive is that from where you are? The houses. These really aren't giving us many clues. 3.5 hours drive? Okay, that's not terrible. This is entirely in Latin alphabet. So. Cat saying Estonian. I can get behind that. Hana 5. This could be Baltic. Any reason you're thinking Estonian as opposed to Lithuania, Latvia? Cats? Here we go. Is this maybe the route to a larger road? Okay, the two AAs. I didn't know that was exclusively Estonian. I mean, I'm happy to go with Estonia here, honestly. Yeah, W Dig saying definitely Estonia or Finland. I would definitely go with Estonia over Finland here. Especially after reading this right here. This feels more Estonian. Yeah, it's got the O with the thing over it. This is Estonian. Yep, Katz is saying this is Estonian. Love it. Okay. got market. Is that Cyrillic down there? Kind of, I don't know. Oh. Haha. Oh, yeah, Albania. I was thinking Kyrgyzstan. Which wouldn't make... This is an Albanian plate, and that's an Albanian plate. This is Albania. It's fully Albania. Yeah. Freesite Center, I wonder why we never get US locations anymore. I feel like we get them once in a blue moon. Or at least Canada. Yeah, this is definitely Albania. No Skycrack Freesite. But I mean, it's gotta be, right? What a place. Albania. Let's do it. Yep, there we go. Boom. Oh, random European forest, my favorite. Oh, this is the best. I love these rounds. Oh, man, I love looking at the wheat and figuring out where the wheat is from and desperately trying to find a language on something. These are just the best ones. These ones make the game what they are. No GeoGuessr without these. And you know what? I love calculating the exact degree that the sun is at, and that's how I can tell which forest in Northern Europe I'm in. Here we go, German. And we're out of coverage in that direction. Freesite saying there's gnomes in them fields. Yeah. Have you all seen those memes of like European cryptids and it's cute gnomes, and then it's North American cryptids and it's like the Wendigo? Yeah, Freesite saying a budding rainbolt. Yeah, let me look at the rainbolt can do this. Rainbolt doesn't need to do this math. Bro looks at the grass and knows where he's at. Can you hear they're doing the dishes now in the restaurant? What are the odds he cleans my skillet? I think very low. It would be nice. Maybe as a closer to 30 than 20 present, he'll clean my skillet tonight. Cat saying you're really living close to a restaurant? No, it's a joke. That's my roommate doing 1,000 dishes, making super complex meals that I sometimes get to have a bite of. It would kind of, yeah, Cat's saying, oh yeah, I can hear the dishes. Yeah, exactly. It would be cool. I don't know if it would be good or bad living that close to a restaurant. Not even sound wise, but like financially. Because I already just like, there's a halal cart nearby, and I'm always like, halal cart. And it's cheap. It's like $7. And that's like that's a whole lunch. I keep forgetting to buy lunch food. Danish thing. 3 pieces of string tied together. Cat saying, by the way, you have nice posters in your room now. Yeah, thank you. This is what I did with some of my time over the weekend. Got up really early, basically, because of the jet lag. And it was a nightmare. They came with these horrible things to install it, so I had to go to the hardware store and run a piece of string across the wall that was level, like the whole way down, and then hang those up with the like drywall bits, and it was complicated, but they look really nice. I don't know if you can tell, but I have string lights now. So here, look at this. String lights. Rather than the big light. The like blinding big light. Total difference. Are we good with Denmark? It's like, I didn't realize how much I didn't like the big light until I got the string lights, and now it's so much nicer. Let's go ahead and do it. I love it. Yep, Cat saying send Denmark. Sammy Marco saying Ewan got that proper Gen Z bachelor bedroom. Yeah, got the 3 prints. There's a map of the world behind the monitor, which is like half cheating, but it's also right here, so that's how I excuse that. The Cat saying my walls are bare. I'm too lazy to hang up the walls. Honestly, I almost did that too. That looks like check. I almost did that too, but then when I sat down to actually, because as I said, I'm getting to the point in the video, the Montreal video, where I'm doing the voiceover, I looked at what I look like. So the camera's going to be just above the angle that you see right now. And I looked at it, and it's like, wow, it's just me in a white room. It looks a little unsettling. So that was kind of I've been wanting to decorate that wall, but it was just like, I dragged my feet on it, but that was the actual like catalyst of, okay, I do need to put stuff there. Because I don't want to look, I don't know. It feels very dude to just leave the wall bare. I was like, I can put stuff there. Yep, that says Prague. This is Czech. Yep, Cat saying Czech. Yep, that's definitely dot blank Z. That's definitely a C. Cool. Yeah, 18 deep. This feels weird. We're unusually high, right? This is Denmark. This is weird. Is this just in my imagination? We're definitely high. But yeah, people are saying Denmark again. Let's do it. Love it. Well, simple solution is to go look at the road sign. Oh no. I saw what language it's in. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, this is just Thailand. Right? Yeah. I saw not Latin or Cyrillic and got scared. Yep, Cats and W Dig saying Thailand send. Yep, Freezite saying Thai. There we go. Love it. This is Finland. Let's see. Let's see if this is right. Yep, good point, Cats. We're back at 20. Only like a lot more weeks to get close to our other records, but we're getting there. Keep on moving, keep on moving. Ooh, go back. Oh, it's Estonia. Where'd that sign go? Yep, it's Estonia. Darn. I was one country off from looking at some trees. I think that's pretty solid. Yep, Cats is saying, yep, Estonia. Yeah, W Dick's saying, oof, good one. It's unfortunate. I still think it's cool to be able to look at trees and be like, this is one country away from where it actually is. Let's look at this sign. This is Italian. Which is concerning. Because sometimes, or at least until today, Italian in my head was always like, it's Italy. You know? Where you'd expect that to be. Sometimes it's San Marino. Like half the time you remember that San Marino exists, and then you're like, well, does this look like San Marino? And it's like, no. So then you just do Italy. It also doesn't look like Switzerland, though. Kaz is saying, I think this is not Italian. Okay. Yeah, WDig asking not Spanish or Portuguese, and Freezite saying it's not Spanish. Spanish puts an H in the front. Might be a regional language. Hacienda. Could be Galician or Catalan. Okay, WDig saying Italian should have 2 Z's, I would think. Freezite saying it is Italian. Simi Marco saying could be Catalan or one of the smaller Latin languages. The Z feels very Italian. Like the Z feels so aggressive. It doesn't... It's too aggressive for an Iberian language. That's just... Alright. Let's go. Yeah. The consensus seems to be let's look around. Alright, let's look at this house. And then... oh, here we go. Yeah. This is, I don't know the full name. This is Italy. Yeah, Perugia, thank you. I thought there was more to that, maybe. But, yeah, everyone seems to be on the same page with Italy. And exactly, Freezite. In Spanish, the word is hacienda. Which is why I was like, this feels like such an aggressive deviance from that. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Left-hand drive. Interesting. Crocodile Adventureland? That's sick. I do not know. Let's see what's going on here. We've got a wildlife park, the Els Club. What else do we have? WDig saying Malaysia, Indonesia. I could get behind that. I could also kind of get behind... No, I'm not going to finish that sentence, actually. Yeah, it's definitely Malaysia or Indonesia. Yeah, Freezite saying the same, Malaysia. Cat saying I now switch from French to Italian in Duolingo as I got tired of French for now. We'll go back to it later. Also, my best friend's Italian. Love that for you. It's nice being able to speak your friends' native languages. Even just a couple words I like to use because it's just like you throw them off and like, what? It's funny. I don't know that plate. I have no idea what that plate is. There's a leaf. Come on, visit the largest crocodile event in that place, Malaysia. Any objections to that? Yep, Cat saying Malaysia send. I'm gonna do it quick. It's still 10 right now, so we can have a glance, see if we want to tackle this one right now. This one is Spanish. Where in the Spanish-speaking world? I think this is Guatemala. I'm pretty confident this is Guatemala. Freezite saying Mexico, which is next to Guatemala. Cat saying Mexico. It says Chamuco. We can do Mexico then. WDig saying buzzer beater. Do we do it? Do we do Mexico? Closing seconds of the stream. The pressure's building. Oh yeah, Guadalupe is a Mexican cultural thing. You're totally right. 24. We usually average 30, and we got fairly far in another game of streaks and then lost. So I think that's really decent progress for the day. But with that, I will see you all next Sunday, same time, right back here. And then the Sunday after that, the stream is canceled because I will be on a flight to the Philippines. Or I might be on I don't know how it is with the time zones. I'll be somewhere, but not here. So with that,